Go to some breaking news. The end of a pursuit, sort of, in the Westlake District.
Yeah, and Desmond Shaw is live in SkyCal to explain that, sort of. Des?
Yeah, Pat and Juan. So this is some kind of known felony suspect here. Let me put up the map tracker, show you where we are at here in the Westlake District. Inside of this alley where the suspect drove in, came into a dead end here. There is a gate, but on the other side of that gate, LAPD just said that it looks like that lot is full of cars, so he wouldn't be able to get through. We're now hearing that this may also be a stolen vehicle. So LAPD, they have the suspect completely cornered. He actually got out of the car just a couple of moments ago, was really agitated, came in, like, opened the back. Okay, now he's out again.
He's running.
Let's see if he's going to try to get out. And agitated, came in, like, opened the back. Okay, now he's out again.
He's running.
Let's see if he's going to try to get out and into that lot. Yep, all right, well, we're going to see if we can reposition the chopper now. You saw that they had set up a spike strip to make sure that he couldn't back up into them. But now he just kind of pulled a fast one and into this lot. And, you know, we had heard that the helicopter was actually pulling off, the LAPD helicopter, to go to look at something else. So they may not have eyes on this suspect. And indeed, as we get over this, we can't see there are a ton of cars in this lot. And there he goes over another fence right here. Yep, so we've got eyes on the suspect for now. Let's see how far that drop-off is. Maybe kind of big. He just gave a little second thought to that. But this person might be on something, just kind of looking at their body language and the way that they were reacting to officers earlier as well. Again, allegedly stolen vehicle, a known suspect here on the roof in the Westlake District. A lot of stuff on the roof here. See if they can get away. These are some pretty high walls right now, evading our eyes at the minute, but we're going to move SkyCal around and see if we can, keep tabs on the suspect here, Juan and Pat. So definitely not over yet.
You know, I noticed he's got a bag of some kind. Did he get something out of there? He's got something else in his hand.
Is it a broom? A broom handle?
It looks like a broom or something there. Yeah, he's looking. He really wants to get away from our eyes up here. And you did actually see LAPD. It looks like their helicopter did come back.
There's also
because they, and there was a drone overhead. Not sure if that, I mean, that would have been very quick for LAPD to get a drone overhead. I'm not sure if that could be a private drone or something, but yeah, it was a very weird area that this suspect managed to find their way into now. A little vacant parcel of property, but he's coming out kind of close to the street. You can see officers are right there lying in wait. If he comes out, they are going to tackle him. So they have him pretty well surrounded, but let's see if he's able to get out of this here, making his way here out onto Temple and Reno Street where this is taking place.
Mike, have you figured out the want yet on this? Is it stolen car?
Stolen car was what we just talked to. What's in his hand? There's something in his left hand.
A cell phone, maybe?
Yeah, he really needs to drop that, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell, but, you know, when he's waving it around so quickly,
no.
The way he's, waving it around like that and with the agitated kind of gestures that he's making, just not a good idea for the suspect.
Is this a school campus, Des?
Right now. It looks like it's some sort of school or maybe an after hours, or maybe some kind of daycare facility or a school. We'll see if we can figure that out here. We will continue to move SkyCal around, see if we can get onto Temple. But yeah, the suspect all over the place here, kind of using this like an obstacle course to try to evade officers.
And
well, they seem to have him surrounded, though.
Yeah, they do have him surrounded, you know? Pat. And no matter where he goes, it seems like he was trapped on that rooftop. Now he's moved over here. It's an enclosed area, maybe, again, an after-school program or some sort of facility where it's hard to get in or out of.
Well, he clearly doesn't really know exactly what to do. I just noticed that bag he has on his person, and he kept reaching inside it. Again, we can't confirm exactly what he was pulling out of there. But as you mentioned earlier, Desmond, that's not a good idea anyway to be waving something around like that. And you don't know exactly what it is.
If you're able to come forward.
Hey, is that a drone, Desmond? Do you see that flashing right there?
Yeah, we did, and the thing, I'm curious if that's LAPD's drone or if that is, someone, like if that belongs to just a civilian, because frankly, I don't think I've ever seen the police get a drone set up that quickly.
Fast.
The pursuit had only come to an ending.
I believe, Des, it is one of their police drones. They've just recently expanded their drones as first responder program.
That's so cool.
And we've been listening on the radio. They can deploy it from downtown, and there is an operator. In downtown that's actually managing this, not from here, but from a command center in downtown. So they're able to now deploy those drones very, very quickly. And I do believe that was an LAPD drone. Yeah, and this is at Vista Charter Middle School, Pat, as you just pointed out as well. Officers now pressing the button on the call box to see if they can talk to anybody inside. It looks like the last time they saw him, they say he was still back on that playground. I don't know if the drone's got better eyes on him. We'll see if the drone operator is communicating to the officers on the radio as well. But yeah, I mean, he kind of got underneath that black little tarp there, and I don't think we've seen him come out.
You know, it's at 5:18, so hopefully we figure the school is closed by now. Sometimes afternoon programs, though, can go well past 5 p.m.
Yeah. And
so
let me see, too, because some of these schools are on spring break.
Spring break,
so let me look at their schedule really quickly.
You know, as agitated as he is, it's just interesting that while they have him surrounded, really, they still haven't apprehended him. He manages to still stay one step ahead.
Very squirmy, that's indeed. And there's the drone right there in the middle of the shot. So quickly how they launched that, Mike.
Yeah, it comes from downtown. It comes off a platform that's on a roof, and there's an operator in a command center downtown that flies it. They don't have to, you know, back in the day, but you know, they used to have to bring a car out with the drone and somebody at the scene would do it, and that's not the case anymore. They can launch this. I just pulled up the school's website. They're on spring break right now.
Well, that's
so
good.
Thankfully there's no kids there. The drone really has been kind of consistently in that spot, so I wonder if the drone has eyes on him and he's just hunkered down underneath that tarp there. Yeah, you see, well, now it's moving around, but yeah.
Is that the drone?
So I'm listening to the drone operator talk. There's some vending machines under there. The drone operator doesn't see him. They think he may have somehow gotten his way inside of the building.
I went through what, a locked door?
Yeah, you would think hopefully everything would be secured. I know sometimes there's still office staff or some staff that's at these schools during breaks, but that's really not going to be ideal if he's inside of this building now.
But look how they've got the streets. They're turning motors around there. Yeah. So hopefully this looks good for them to apprehend this person, because considering how we saw him, how agitated he was, and driving, trying to go through a fence, he needs to be, apprehended, because he could certainly a danger. And not only that, a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, and there was some concern what we saw in his hand. We lots of issues with this guy for sure. And he, as you guys pointed out, just got, I don't want to say lucky, but there's the area, the topography kind of that he is in made it hard for LAPD to grab him pretty quickly. Lots of little nooks and crannies, walls, and
they got those spike strips out really quick too.
They did. Yeah, they're asking. Yeah, they're asking if any of the officers have been able to make it inside of the building yet. So Des has it right on the right side of his screen. Right underneath, to the right of the basketball hoop and to the left of the building, there are the vending machines that are right in there. And that's where the last, so right there where Des is looking, those are the vending machines. And that's the last place the drone operator saw him. So I don't know
if
I don't know if he got hunkered behind them or moved him around or what, but that's the last spot the drone operator said they saw him.
Okay, I believe we're going to go on to weather. Is that still the case? All right, Ziggy. So we're going to stay, of course. Desmond will have that picture, and we'll be getting back to that.